The scandalous downfall of Matthew Merz, Kalama's corrupt councilor. In the serene setting of Kalama, Washington, Matthew Merz's name now evokes a legacy of deceit and scandal rather than the public service one might expect from an elected official. Once a city councilor with a facade of propriety, Merz's tenure quickly descended into a tale of egregious misconduct and self-serving betrayal. His actions have left an indelible stain on the town's political landscape, revealing a man driven not by duty, but by his own corrupt ambitions. Betrayal behind closed doors, Merz's unlawful espionage. Merz's story took a dark turn in 2022, when he demonstrated a staggering disregard for ethical boundaries. Driven by an inflated sense of self-righteousness and a delusional belief in his own infallibility, Merz unlawfully accessed the private email account of a fellow councilor. His pretext: an ill-conceived quest to uncover alleged corruption. But this supposed crusade for justice was nothing more than a thinly veiled cover for his own criminal behavior. His brazen actions behind closed doors reveal a man who believed he was above the law, willing to violate the privacy of others to serve his own ends. Moral bankruptcy exposed, the true face of Matthew Merz. The emails Merz pried into offered no evidence of the misconduct he was so eager to find. Instead, they exposed the depth of his own moral bankruptcy. Charged with computer trespass, data theft, and spoofing, Merz's actions were not just a breach of privacy but a clear indication of his contempt for the law and his position. Rather than embodying the principles of integrity and accountability, he showcased a troubling willingness to exploit his power for personal gain. His reckless pursuit of phantom corruption only highlighted his own ethical failings. The courtroom unveiling, stripping away the illusions. By March 2024, the judiciary had stripped away any remaining illusions about Merz's character. Convicted of felony charges, he was sentenced to 160 hours of community service and a fine penalties that, while avoiding jail time, were far from sufficient to atone for his transgressions. His conviction triggered the legal mechanism to remove him from office, as his felony status made him ineligible to serve. Even then, Merz clung to his position with an audacious defiance, a final act of arrogance that underscored his profound lack of accountability. His refusal to step down voluntarily demonstrated a shameless disregard for the ethical standards expected of public officials. The aftermath: a legacy of corruption and arrogance. Merz's ultimate removal from the council marked the culmination of his disreputable career, but it did little to erase the damage he inflicted on his community. His tenure is a stark testament to the dangers of unchecked power and self-delusion. The story of Matthew Merz serves as a powerful reminder of how a public official's corruption and disregard for ethical norms can devastate trust and integrity within a community. It is a compelling narrative of villainy that exposes the destructive potential of personal ambition and moral decay. Conclusion: the cautionary tale of Kalama's fallen councilor. Matthew Merz's downfall is more than just a personal tragedy. It is a cautionary tale for all public officials. His actions have shown that the abuse of power and disregard for ethical standards can lead to personal and communal ruin. Kalama, once a tranquil town, now carries the scars of Merz's corruption. Let this be a lesson that no one is above the law, and that integrity is the cornerstone of public service.